Hi guys, my name is Kelsley Nicole and welcome back to Life for Less. Today's topic is going to be an interesting one. I recently did a question kind of poll on Instagram asking some of my friends and followers to answer a simple question for me. How do we feel about dating and budgeting? Impossible! Now I know that this can seem like something that might be a little impossible, especially in the beginning when you're trying to get to know somebody and you have to go on actual dates because you don't know if they're a serial killer, so you can't really invite them over your house. It can get a little tough, but there are some tips, some tricks. I've talked to some people and grabbed some ideas, and I'm going to share them here with you guys today. The whole point of this episode is to really emphasize the fact that even when your money is low, your thoughtfulness, your effort should be at an all-time high. My friend Raquel shared that with me, and I had to share that with y'all. And really that's what I kind of want to convey today is, you know, okay, so I don't have enough money to do yada yada yada, but my effort, my thoughtfulness, the intention behind the date, whatever the date may be, should really be high always. So to start, we're going to talk about some options for staying in. We are obviously still in a pandemic, and if you choose to stay in, or maybe where you live you have to stay in, here are some options for you. So I know we all love a good dinner and movie. It's just a classic staple date. It's an easy kind of go-to date that everyone does at some point or another. But doing dinner and a movie at home can feel different. Now hear me out. What you gotta do though is you've gotta dress up. You've gotta set a time for dinner. Okay, we're gonna have dinner at 7. Where are we going for dinner? Use your imagination, whatever. But that kind of, especially for women, that kind of lets us know, how am I supposed to be getting dressed? Is it like cute jeans and a crop top? Or am I wearing like, you know, a little dress? Whatever it may be, set the rules with your significant other and dress up. Have a time set aside, a dish that someone's going to prepare, split it, you know what I mean? Have somebody do dinner and someone worry about desserts. Make it a full event, not just we're gonna come over and eat on my couch and watch whatever program is on, you know? So there's time stamps set in place. You know, dinner is gonna be at 7, the movie is gonna be at 9. Make it a full experience, even if you're at home. So this one is kind of a fun one, and if you're a little bit adventurous, you probably enjoy this. As kids, I think at some point we all built a tent, a fort inside with blankets. You could really make this a fun thing with your significant other at home by building a tent, using your couches, blankets, whatever. And if you have a projector handy, if not, I have one in my Amazon store for you guys. You can project a starry night onto the top of the blankets, whatever it may be. Grab some s'mores, some chocolate, and just kind of spend that time in an indoor-outdoor setting. This is also really a good way to do this if you aren't the biggest fan of like being outside actually, but you enjoy the outdoors. I know some of my friends really don't like being outside in the dark, so you could really bring this inside your apartment, your home, wherever you are, and just get creative there by kind of creating that feel and atmosphere of being outside, s'mores, blankets, all of that. Another fun experience that you can do at home that I know a lot of us love to do outside of the home is a wine tasting, a beer tasting, a whiskey tasting, whatever.
This is a white.
Set it up in your home. There's actually like printables that you could do for kind of some of the prompts that they would give you if you went to an actual tasting. So you could print those out, have a few different options, different wines to taste, and really kind of make it the experience at home. But I think taking it a step further, just not, okay, we're gonna get some, you know, 5 bottles of wine, but we're gonna have an actual chart to follow and kind of go through the prompts of what would happen if you were actually at a wine tasting. Something also that you can add on to that are really fun and intimate games. I'll list a few here on the screen and in the description below. Just something to kind of spark conversation, kind of go deeper into the conversation past the surface level, especially if this is like a new date or you're just getting to know somebody. Kind of the questions that kind of we don't want to think of on our own or maybe not be able to. There are games for that and make it fun and exciting for you and your significant. I am a big Groupon girl. Like I have the Groupon app. I love Groupon, and I feel like a lot of people like feel like it's beneath them. But Groupon has a lot of great deals. They also do offer virtual classes. So if you wanted to take a virtual cooking class, a virtual dessert making class, a virtual paint and sip, right now they have a ton of options, obviously because we're in quarantine, to do that. You can do it from home. Again, putting in the time and effort to make it an experience and not being so focused on how much, that when you put the time and effort and making it an experience, that you don't have to worry about the budget so much. So these options that I've listed already, there are ways to work around money and see like, okay, we're gonna cook at home. We already have groceries. It's not like we have to go out and get that. The same thing here. Groupon really offers you the opportunity to have that class experience, something that you would be doing outside of your home, but doing it at home with whatever budget that you have, whatever groceries that you have, and you get to kind of pick and choose where you're going to spend your money for the day. Another fun thing you could do if you were doing a virtual class, specifically I would say a food class, is you can do a blind test game, which is basically essentially you're blindfolding your partner's eyes and you're having them guess what foods they're tasting. Just something to bring a fun element into it, especially if you're going to be at home. I know it's hard to kind of imagine when you're sitting in your living room like, oh, it's just another day here at home. I think that's when you really have to get creative and step it up and find new ways to bring fun and exciting things into your home. The last indoor option is game night. Now this can vary by person, and this could literally cost you $0.00 depending on what kind of games you want to play. So ladies, I am not, I know most of us are really night gamers, some of us are, but it might be a game that you both might actually enjoy. I know I would enjoy playing Mario Kart. I would not enjoy playing any kind of 2K, any kind of sports game. I would be like, where am I, what, huh? But finding a game that is something that you both enjoy or you both could enjoy that doesn't really cost you any money. So now that we've covered some options for staying in, if you are able to go out depending on where you live, or in the future, these ideas, you can bank them for then. I don't know about some of the people who might be watching this, but I feel like the majority of us can agree that dates that feel like they're very long are exciting, especially in the beginning when it's new. You just want to spend time with that person, get to know that person, and you don't necessarily want the date to end quickly. Seeing the sunset together or the sunrise together. Now, depending where you live, obviously this is going to vary, but you can bring snacks, a blanket, whatever, and it really forces you to have conversation while experiencing a really romantic moment, and it doesn't cost you much. I have yet to run into anyone who's like, I don't want to look at the sunset, I don't want to see the sunrise. I am obsessed with drive-in theaters, like obsessed with them.
Longer canst I conceal my love, my wimpled turtle dove.
They are such a cute experience. I think everyone should experience it at some point or another. And don't feel like you have to have like a specific car, like a convertible or anything like that to go to a drive-in. You literally can have any car. It's a really cute experience. They don't cost a lot. And it's something different besides the traditional movie theater that we all kind of, go to, but it kind of feels like, oh, okay, yeah, we're going to movies, like whatever. A drive-in is really like, it's a timeless experience in my opinion, and I definitely think it should be added to your list. It's also very affordable. So I went to school in DC, and that's when I was introduced to Busboys and Poets. I do believe they're in other locations, but in the same vein, a spoken word show or night at a coffee shop is definitely a fun experience. One of my favorite movies is Love Jones, and I absolutely adore every scene they shot at the little spoken word joint, whatever. It was super cute, very romantic, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. A lot of the time, these open mic nights or just random shows that they have are like $5. So if you decide you want to do dinner at home to save money, but you still want to get out of the house, these are really fun and they're very romantic in my opinion. Now this idea is something that I love to do for bachelorette weekends and celebrations, and it's a photo scavenger hunt. Now to make it enticing, I guess, because I feel like maybe women might be more into doing this, like, oh, like, let's do this, but a man's probably like, nah, I'm good. Have it be that the winner, whoever finds the most items on the list, gets to pick whatever they want. So it's definitely a challenge. I know that most men like challenges and they're competitive. Make it exciting, but also be outside of your house. And again, this costs $0. You're literally printing out a form that says, okay, find these things. You're taking a picture of it, and it takes up a good amount of time actually. Back to Groupon, I had to come out again for an outdoor idea. Dance classes are offered on there, and I think dance classes can be a lot of fun. Even if one of you is not that good of a dancer, it is a healthy laugh, I would say, not one of those laughs that like hurts people's feelings or you feel like you're getting roasted. It's just fun and exciting, and it's something to do And again, they have a lot of great prices on Groupon, so I would definitely check that out. And the last one for the outdoor options are day trips, day road trips to be specific. A lot of the times the most that you will spend on that kind of date is for gas. Excuse me, it's for gas, and then what you actually do when you get there doesn't have to cost a lot of money. So if you want to go to Philly for the day to get a Philly cheesesteak, like it's an adventure. Philly's a cool city to see. Depending where you live, obviously I'm talking to Jersey people. There's things to do, and a lot of your time is going to be spent on the road talking. Then you get there, you get to enjoy a few things and head back. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and you actually get to go out and see other things that other cities have to offer, so you don't have to stay at home. Also, I would like to say that I feel like for right now in COVID, that actually is kind of one of the safer options that you can do outside, because A, you're spending time with your significant in your car for the majority of your date. When you get there, it's just like any other city, whatever restrictions they have, you know, have to wear your mask inside, whatever, sit outside and eat your food if the weather permits, and then you get back in your car and go home. So you're really not having to worry about exposing yourself or possibly somebody else, because you're really spending the majority of your day outside, but obviously inside your car. Last thing I wanted to touch on, because I did get asked a few specific questions on this on Instagram, was gifting and your significant other and how to budget for that. So I'm going to share with you guys a few ideas. Like the date, like whatever you're planning, the experience is important. So you don't always have to, I think of gifts in terms of, oh, I gotta get someone a bag, Gucci shoes, Gucci belt, whatever. You can gift them experiences. So the gifts could be, okay, we're gonna go on this date. Or the gift could simply be, okay, here is your gift to the spa. Whatever it may be, experiences can vary in prices, and you can kind of control the budget a little bit more that way, but it is a way to make that person feel special. I actually love doing this, and I say it all the time, and I do this for the holidays, is shopping the sale. I know the holidays, we're in the middle of the holiday season, and a lot of people might feel like, okay, I don't have enough money to spend this year on my significant the way I have in the previous years. I have X amount of budget. You're not going to cut corners on quality, you're just going to cut the price. It's an easy way to make sure that ensure that you're getting them gifts that you think they'll enjoy and love, but being mindful of your pockets. And the last tip I have for gifting is compound gifts. So this again is for someone if you have just a lot of celebrations around the same time. I would say to have an overarching gift that you start with, and have gifts that kind of support that. Let me give you an example. So my brother, if he sees this, here are your gifts. My brother's birthday is in December. For his birthday, I got him a record player. For Christmas, I'm getting him some records, and let's say like he had a celebration in January, I could get something to a record organizer or something. You find ways to connect your gifts. They're all still going to be meaningful because that person's still going to use it, and it's going to tie back to another gift. So you don't feel like you have to get multiple gifts of all these other big things for them. You're getting them things that they're going to use, but also things that make sense for what you've purchased recently. Again, this is more so if you have a significant other whose birthday or your special days together are close to holidays. Just find a way to connect the gifts so that you can save money in between. I hope that you guys got some new ideas on how to date and budget. It is doable. Again, the word of the day is thoughtfulness and effort, also a little bit of creativity. It's not impossible, I promise you. But I think more so it's important to make your significant feel appreciated, feel loved and supported. And you can do that for free. Not to say you should always do it for free, because sometimes as women we like nice things. But if you're looking to save money for a period of time, that these tips and ideas help you in your relationship journey. Oh, well, before we go, if you've made it to the end of the video, now I know some of my single sisters and brothers out there are probably watching this like, oh cute Kelsley, you talked to all the, you know, couples in the room, but you didn't talk to me. I have a vlog post out right now that's for singles, I would say, and just being in a single season. So I have that listed in my description box. You can definitely check that out. I didn't forget y'all. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and continue to watch the series. I'll be back next Tuesday for my next video. I get asked this question so much. A lot of people always ask me like, oh my God, Kelsley, how much money did you spend in your outfit? Or where did you get that from? Was it expensive? It is a question that I get asked a lot, and I always take it as a compliment because I typically want to look expensive, feel like I'm living in luxury clothing, but also save money.